Yo, 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 everybody, what's up? It's your girl, Yemaya. Welcome back to Clubhouse Conversations with Yemaya. I sound like I'm echoing, so don't judge me, y'all. But on tonight's segment, it's called The Power of the PRO. We're pulling back the curtains on the PRO, one of the most underrated. Let me know if I'm echoing, y'all. All right. The PRO isn't just posting flyers, answering DMs. They're the voice of the set, the bridge between clubs, the frontline diplomat, the brand protector, and the tone setter. In a world where one post can spark unity or tension, the PRO carries responsibility, strategy, and loyalty on their shoulders. Today we're talking pressure, protocol, perception, and power. Let's ride, y'all. Coming to the set, we got the epitome of beauty social club out of Orange.
Hey y'all.
What's up?
My name is Also. I am the PRO of the Epitome of Beauty Social Club out of Orange, under the excellent leadership of my president Footprint. And I'm happy to be here.
All right. And up next, we're going to take a trip back to Norristown, PA. We got the seductive divas and Miss X-Rated. Miss X-Rated, where you at, girl? Miss X-Rated might have dropped off for a second when she come back on. And last but not least, we got some people that's jumping on late. But last but not least, we got Miss Spicy P representing Sinful Phases.
Oh, hey sister. What's up, everybody? Like she said, I'm Spicy P. I'm the PRO for Sinful Phases out of Newark, New Jersey, and my founder and prez is Butter. Okay, Trust me, when you meet her, you gonna love her.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. We gonna jump right in. I don't know where Miss X-Rated is at, but we gonna jump right in there. Now that I got y'all two ladies on anyway, and I'm a Ruff Ryder, so a lot of people know that about me. I'm always so interested in how other people conduct their PRO. I was the PRO for my club at one point in time, and I promise you, I absolutely love that position. Being out, they told me I was echoing. All right, give me 1 second, bro. Thank you. How about now? Am I echoing now?
Nah, you good now.
All right, cool. Perfect. And one of the things that I loved about the PRO position is that I was able to go out, I was able to network, I was able to connect with a bunch of like-minded people that was like me. Not only to promote, whatever event that we had going on at that particular time, but just the overall aspect of networking, and just talking, building relationships. Most of the people that I've met here on the live cast is because of networking. Like, Miss X-Rated, you on now? Okay, I see you. You can go ahead and
muted. She gotta unmute herself.
Unmute yourself, sis, and go ahead and introduce yourself really quickly. She looks like she's trying to figure it out. While she's figuring it out, let me jump right in there. And I'm going to start with some questions. For those who may not fully understand this role, what does a PRO actually do for you guys?
Can I start?
First.
All right. So the misconception about being a PRO is that we are glorified photographers. We are not.
I hate that.
Glorified picture taker.
That is not our job. The job is to document the night. That does not always entail taking your picture. Because documentation means I introduced myself to your PRO and I connected with your club. Or I introduced my president to your president and our clubs got linked that way. So it's not just
Mm-hmm.
about taking pictures and posting on social media, because if that was the case, nobody would know who I really was. So to me, being a PRO is, like you said, the voice of your club, the face of your club, um, making connections, introducing yourself. Like I met some, I'm just say mean PROs, and I just didn't understand how the math was mathing. I feel like you have to be you gotta be very social to be in this role. You can't really walk up in the party with the resting itch face and think people are supposed to want to connect with you. So I think one, you have to be social. You have to want
Mm-hmm.
to promote your club. You got to actually like your club, because
Fact,
nobody's gonna
That's a
promote
good
a
point.
club that
Yeah.
they don't like. But
facts.
that's just my take on it.
What's up? What about you, Miss Spicy P?
Well, for me, everybody gotta understand what the PRO stands for. It stands for Public Relations Officer. So, like she said, we're not glorified photographers. We actually go out, talk, mix and mingle, and we just don't mix and mingle with just the community. When we do our community services or our club events and stuff, and we gotta go rent halls and things like that, we meet other people outside of the community, and that builds another bond. You get what I'm saying? You're not only networking with Rough Riders, you're not only networking with Epitome of Beauties, like you're networking with other people outside. Because a lot of these clubs are LLCs. So
Right.
you take your knowledge in the community and you take it outside into the next community. Another thing with me with being a PRO is we state the narrative. When things come bad at our club, we got to stop it right then and there and try to figure out solutions before, like you said, there's protocols to being a PRO. There's no, oh, you found out something bad, you go run to your founder and president. No, you figure out what the situation is, you break that situation down, you talk to your sergeant, who then talk to the VP, who then talk to the pres. There's protocols to it. Just because you have the titlement and you on a board or whatever the case may be, you have rules that you have to follow. By me saying that we state the narrative, meaning we are the face of our club. Not saying that nobody's above the club. That's
Right.
never a thing. But the fact is that we have to go outside and our faces is really more shown than it is to the rest of everybody. Cause like I said, we have to network outside of the community. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love my position, but
Yeah.
everybody got to also understand it is a mental straining type of situation too. Cause I have a personality, you have a personality, she have a personality. And sometimes personalities don't mix. But as women of our stature, we should be cordial with each other. Like she said, I have
Absolutely.
met a lot of mean PROs who I use this as a learning experience as well. So I ask questions because I'm not in, y'all been in this way longer than me. So I'm still learning as I'm going outside. So I'm gonna ask questions. Some may not want to answer, some may be like, you gotta figure out on your own, or some will be sitting down like, listen, do this, that, and the third. I was told by one PRO, like, my way may not be your way. You have to
Right.
figure out your way of how you want to connect to the next person. So I
Right.
use the PRO thing as like a learning experience, personally and business wise.
Absolutely. I think a lot that's the big misconception. A lot of people go out and they forget that the club life is actually a business. So you are the
Hmm.
face of that business. People
Hmm.
are not looking at it like that. Like it's important who you put. That's like you walk into any business, your counter girl or your front desk person is going to be your first line of defense of that in that business. I used to run a market
Hmm.
for 12 years. And I used to always say, your first 60 seconds you have to make an impression on somebody before their opinion. So that matters. That first
Hmm.
initial contact between clubs, that matters. Miss X-Rated, take yourself off of mute. I want to hear from you.
I was just letting you speak. I don't want to cut nobody off.
Go ahead, girl.
First of
You been.
all, everybody's a PRO. It's not just one person. Because
Oh,
I
say it
can't
again,
be
girl.
like everybody's a PRO. You ain't not gonna be like, oh, let me go get my PRO. You can get the information, you can pass it along just like the PRO can do. You can
Hmm.
get information, you can network just as well as I can. Because if I'm not there, you gotta be able to do the job.
True.
Absolutely.
Very true.
A lot of it. especially when it comes to, you know, coming up with events, parties, and things and such. A lot of clubs don't have the knowledge like the old school knowledge. Like they don't even know that technically clubs wasn't technically supposed to have parties on Saturdays because they was technically for the dominant. But now everybody just basically doing what they want to do. So I think a lot of it is knowledge wise. Everybody don't have that knowledge. Being a PRO, you don't have to be friendly, but you have to be social. You have to be able to communicate and talk to anybody. You might not like that person, but sometimes you have to learn how to put your stuff aside and do what's best for the club. Because at the end of the day, this club might know something, or even if you don't deal with that club, y'all might in the future collab. You just never know. Or somebody at the party that you don't know that you might meet at their party, at their event. It's all it's all in you give support, you get support. A lot of people ain't supporting but want the support. And that's where everybody's messing up at.
I agree with that. How important is communication style when representing your club publicly?
It's very important.
That's one of the main things of being a PRO. Yeah, I'm not saying everybody vocabulary is like top tier, but you have to be open with conversations. Like you gotta agree to disagree. That's my thing.
And you gotta learn
Um,
how to separate your ratchetness from your business because like I said, some people ain't with the ratchet stuff, and some people are really about their business. So you
Mhm.
gotta learn how with one person you might play around. Other people don't play around like that. You just gotta know your audience.
read the room.
Absolutely. That's my favorite word, and my favorite saying, because I always say when you're in a strong leadership position, people are going to naturally look for flaws, whether they're negative or positive. So that influence weighs a lot on the outside looking in when they see you with that PRO patch on. So do you believe the PRO role holds as much influence internally as it does externally, and why?
I don't really feel like people really respect the PRO position, honestly, internally, or externally, if I want to be real about it. As far as if it should, absolutely, because um, like Miss Exclusive said, everybody should be the PRO. But really, if you want to get technical, it's usually that one person that's really putting the work in. And I think sometimes people get a little upset, and they kind of, feel away when everybody know the PRO but don't know who they are. But that's not our fault. I feel like if if I feel like if everybody was doing like Mr. Cooper said, the PRO work, then it would be an equal, acknowledgement. But it's usually not. And I feel like they feel like PROs are disposable.
Mm.
Now, I got a question to that. So, when you mean internally, are you talking about like in your club wise, or you mean like community, like overall community wise? When you mean internally,
in in your club wise, like Miss Oso was saying, I'm sorry, I call everybody Miss and Mister, but
nah,
like
that's
Oso
cool.
like what Oso was saying, I think they feel like the PRO position is a disposable position. So when I mean, like, do you feel like on the internal, as far as your network, your club, the umbrella, do you feel like that the PRO position is an underrated position?
Okay, so I'm gonna say everybody club is different. So with my club, me being a PRO, I get praised all the time. I get
Okay.
appreciation all the time. It's never no. In the beginning, when I first started, there was some flaws and stuff that I was messing up, and they would take me to the side and point out, they would give their opinion. They would never say you did something wrong, but they would give their opinions like maybe next time do it this way, or maybe next time try to give yourself a little bit more time. But it never was like, oh, Spicy, you were a bad PO. My club praises me as a PRO, and I do appreciate that. Now, outside of my club, PROs are not acknowledged at all. They are
I
not.
mean, now they
Cause
are.
well now cause you started the shit and then now we just started popping off with it. But when I first got the PRO position, the first thing some MC told me like, oh, so you the flirt of your club. I said, what? I was like, so that's what y'all really think a PRO is? Because we have to be, it's not we have to, it's the job description. Like I
Right.
keep telling, this is not a personal thing, it's a business. So my job description is network, talk, check people temperatures. If you feel as though that's not a good, a little collaboration, come talk to me and I talk to the sergeant and then we'll figure out what is what. Because
Right.
when I approach clubs, I let my president know, like, I talk to this person, I talk to that person, talk to that person, because they've been on the set a lot longer than me. So
Right.
they know who is who and what is what. So they be like,
Right.
oh no, that's cool. That's fine. That's fine. That's like my president give me a lot of leeway with a lot of stuff because she do trust my judgment. But if I feel as though that I might mess up, I'm going to make a phone call to the higher ups. Like, listen, I don't feel comfortable with this. How do you feel about this? And then, well, or I call to my whole club. My whole club got to vote. Like, what do you think about this or this and that and the third? And they be like, well, I like this. I like that. I'm not too sure about that. And that's how we do like our events as a whole. But me personally, us in the community, nah. Outside our umbrella, hell no. They don't give a fuck. And that's
no,
and that's not and
no,
that's not cool.
no,
That's
for,
not
no, for
right.
real. Like, I totally understand how you feel. Because again, it's so much stigma that's placed on that PRO of being a glorified picture taker. Like, literally, I can relate to that. I have a whole meme. They're like, well, what do you do? Like, what do you mean? What do I do? Like, I feel like the PRO position is like the brains. Like, we
And
gotta.
everybody gotta remember, before I got the position, I was still taking pictures. So I'm confused. I was already taking
right,
selfies.
right,
So let me, I don't know. And
right.
and I'm sorry to say this, I might get some backlash from this, but it's
Oh Lord.
She said, "Oh Lord."
because she know me. She know
That's
me.
my sister, and I know her, so that's why I'm just like,
A lot of the shit we don't get. Social clubs recognize each other, no matter whatever position it may be. It's the MCs that don't give no props when it comes to the female whatever position they are in. And PROs are like you said, underrated as fuck. And it's the MCs that be like, that's who I got it from an MC. Like, oh, so you the flirt of the club? That was from a male MC. That was supposed to be a brother.
Justice, what's up, brother?
So it's like, damn if we do or damn if we don't. I'm confused.
but
And
damn
if we
if we
don't,
don't, it's gonna show. If we
yeah, if
don't,
we don't put the
so.
footwork in, you want to talk shit. And if we do put the footwork in, you think we glorify fucking flirts. What do you like? What the fuck do you want us to do?
All right, Miss
I
X-Ray.
personally, I personally never had that issue. I always, as a PRL, we always got praised in the club and outside the club. Um, we always say, like I said, everybody was a PRO. The PRO did their job, but everybody was a PRO. We never got backlash from the MCs. They respected the PROs. We got respect from the social clubs. Like, so on my end, I never had that issue. So I feel like as a PRO, I get well acknowledged. So I mean, as I said, everybody's social club is different, but it also depends on how you put yourself out there. At
Strong
one point in
show.
Hmm.
time, we had all our PROs. We had um business cards. We handed out business cards. That's the professional aspect of it. Like, oh, she
I
got a business card. Oh, she mean
Ooh.
business type thing.
yeah,
We had
I've
business
I
cards.
might
So
copy off of
I've been preaching that
that.
for the longest.
I
I
might
it
just
all just
do
depends on how you
that.
put it out there. So
me.
even if you as the PRO
Simple phases.
even if you as the PRO are doing your job and you got some members on your team that just ain't social, that also could play a part on it too. But at the end of the day, like I said, I never had that issue. So, but them business cards, I used to have my picture on it. I'm like, once you see a good looking person on it, you would never forget. Big
Absolutely.
X, not the little. But that's how you promote your club. I had the Instagram, Facebook, my name, how you reach out to me. At
Hmm.
one point in time, all my members had a business card because if you can't get in contact with one, you can get in contact with somebody else.
I
But
love
it's
that.
had the same information.
They
That's
said
what's
our
up.
entire board had business cards. And I love that because that's the business aspect in me. Even with Ruff Ryders, when I look at it, it's such a big organization and a big business. This is what I feel like people are missing, like the business aspect of it. Yes, the fun is amazing, the networking is great, but at the end of the day, you're still supposed to be generating revenue. You're still supposed to be promoting your business. You're still supposed to be carrying yourself in a business manner when you're in these positions. So, yeah, that's going to lead me up into my next question that I have. When you're promoting an event, because I know Spicy touched base on it a little bit. When you're promoting an event, what's the first thing you want people to feel or understand about that event that you are stamping?
What the tone of the event is, or if there's a purpose for it, if we're doing it for a specific reason, we want people to understand what that reason is. From my club personally,
My club is like that too, but my club is really based on the comfortability of who is coming to the event. We want everybody to be comfortable. Nobody walk through the door and be like, nah. Like that's like the comfortability for my club is a major thing. I mean, everybody know what type of event we gonna do because word of mouth. But when you come in, we want you to understand that you're in a safe place and just have fun. Take pictures, have fun, smile, make some memories. Like that's what we want everybody to do. So when the next day you wake up, we can see like, oh, I had an amazing time. I met this person and this sis met me and we was over there. Like we like hearing stuff like that. Like have a good
Yeah.
time.
Piggyback off of that, definitely the comfortability, but also location. Location is always key because people be having it in locations where only two people can park in a parking lot, and you gotta walk 3 blocks
girl.
to get to the event, and uh, it's just be a mess. So definitely a location. We always think about parking. We gotta think about that. We gotta think about, like you said, the purpose. If it's for a benefit, make sure that we put that out there. If there's a theme, we make sure we express that too. So
Mm-hmm.
Girl, my president is big on people following the thing. Girl,
I
she
love me a
cannot.
good theme party.
We
The
do
whole
too,
club do themes. The whole club
I
like a
but
love
theme.
me
They
she,
a
whole
good
club like
theme
a
party
theme.
where I can throw me a cute little outfit on and go like,
my,
listen, I went X-rated club. They did the little reggae theme. I love that,
and we
and
look around and
and
niggas
I've
is
met
not
a lot of
participating. She be
I've made
like,
a lot of connections
"God
based
dog
off
it."
of how the event is marketed, how it's advertised, who's marketing the event. I feel like now as a PRO, right? This is a
Mhm.
question that I was asked as a PRO. How do you determine whether or not, from your club standards, whether or not an event was successful?
that's a good question. That is a good
Right,
question.
that is. Well, I
I
mean,
mean, of course,
if
the
you
money at the end of the day. Once you pay out everybody and
it,
you seeing if the amount of money that you put
you
out
okay,
is more than what you put in, for
that's
one.
one. And like I said, the next morning when you hear the talk of the town and everybody, every
Okay,
post, like that's
because
that's like that.
that's really the answer that I was looking for. Yes, the
Right,
money is
I
right.
good,
need to
but I
hear you
want to hear
talk about
somebody
it.
be like, "Yo, that
Anytime you wake
party
up, you be like,
last
you
night
gotta run
was
Hmm.
that back. You gotta
crazy."
run that back.
Now, see, when
It
I
don't
see
even
that,
be the
I be
next day though.
excited.
It don't
It
even be the
be,
next day for us, Spicy, because if
it
our
be like,
PRO, if an event
it be,
happened
it,
and
it
our
be like a
PRO
week
group
of,
not talking about it, it was hard. It wasn't good.
yeah.
It wasn't
Because
good.
sometimes our events be talked about for like weeks. Like we still had an event from two
Mhm.
years ago that people want us to bring back. I'm like, that was 2 years ago, but
That's
I'll
definitely us.
try. I definitely try. You know
That ours is that reggae party they want us to throw every year. I'm like, oh my gosh, another one?
but that could be an annual thing for y'all. That could be like,
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, I had a good time. I had a good time. Like, I definitely for
so
sure
yeah.
that's right up my alley anyway. So when it comes down to those type of events, to me, like, okay, somebody said in the comments, if everyone is safe, good income, and everything was in order. Okay, all right.
Well, that's yeah. Mm.
Like, safety. I'm glad they
Safety
said
is a
that.
big
So that kind of.
concern.
I'm glad they said that. What you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I said safety is a big concern. When people are leaving our events, I always tell them hit your chat and let them know you got home, or let them know if you going to a spot that tell somebody where you at. My club, we on Life 360. They see
I
what
love
we
Life
all
360.
they see my footprints. So it's like, just if they see me home on 360, I'm getting a phone call. Why you ain't text the group? Oh, you saw I'm home. We don't know if you got in your door safe.
Right.
So it's like,
Especially if you
please,
know we all out here drinking.
I gotta check in with when I get home. I got my club chat. I got the ABF chat. I got the PROs United. Well, it's not a chat, but it's a group. Like I have to. I got so many, and if you don't check in, especially in this climate where it's so much going on, and
mhm.
we at social clubs, we don't really get too much into the politics, but I don't know about other umbrellas, but our bros make sure we know